Can you share a real-life example of how soft skills have played a significant role in a testing project that you've worked on?
It's a big question. I think there's a couple of examples. Some big testing projects can be relatively similar in some senses. If I think about, I used to work at Arcadia, and now I'm at Bloom Wild, and I think when you're finding, for example, if you think you found a bug on a project that you're working on, you have to think about how widespread is this issue, and that even just that one question has such a range of concepts to be thinking about. So in my area, it was how many countries, currencies, languages, time zones. You then got groups of customers. Are they new? Are they existing? What's their budgets? Have they got £100 to spend, or are they struggling like many of us in the current economic climate and they only want to look at the more reasonably priced items? Are you dealing with people who are really fast typers? I'm a touch typer, but you also need to be considering people that are much slower at typing, or I'm a touch typer on the keyboard, but on the phone I'm maybe a little bit slower. So you're thinking about all these individual aspects, but you're also trying to think big picture, because if you're too focused on something little, you're going to miss another part of the puzzle. So that's trying to recreate an issue. You've got to have the patience sometimes to sort of dig around and work out, right, how do I recreate this issue? What is the specific scenario or the criteria or the data I'm inputting? They're not always that easy. And so I think the patience sometimes with big projects, I think, we all need to take a break sometimes. Sometimes a little walk can actually help you to sort of refocus, and that light bulb moment comes to you. Oh, that's what the piece I was missing. Equally, sometimes just, keeping at it for an hour or so that focus can really help as well. But yeah, I think and then once you've got all that information, it's okay, well, is this critical enough to be messaging the product manager about? Because if you were to message them with every single bug, big and small, you're going to lose the critical issues within that. And then therefore, they're not going to trust that you're only coming to them with the really important things that are potentially showstoppers. So it's understanding, right, which ones do I need to raise now? Which ones need fixing now? Which ones can go in the backlog and wait until later? Because you sort of need that focus of what's important right now. So that's sort of, I think, some of the soft skills in a testing project, I think.